Hello friends, today we are going to cover visualization using Python, how to do visualization, why visualization is important. So we will cover all these points in this session and introduction of Matplotlib library. So let us start this session. So we will cover what is data visualization, why data visualization is important, what are the benefits of data visualization tools, what is Matplotlib in Python and different types of plots. So let us first understand what is data visualization. So we know that data is in structure or unstructured format. It can be in any format, right? So data can be, nowadays we have huge amount of data everywhere, right? If suppose we are looking into school data, college data, so it's huge data, right? In school, if we see students data, teachers data, then their teachers salary, staff salary, right? Then students fees related, then students books related, subjects related, results related. So it would be huge data, right, everywhere. And if we talk about, say, suppose we have some product, right? We have released some product. So now suppose in organization, if organization has just released to market one product, now that organization need to check like what is the performance of that product. How it will check? Because if suppose data is hardly 50-100 rows, so it's fine, you can do manually, you can write some queries and you can check how its trend is going on. But if it's huge data in terabytes maybe, or huge more than that, so in that case better way is to have some chart representations, chart, graphs or maps representation to understand the data, to look into the insights of data. Based on that insight, you can take some decisions like how to improve the performance of the product, right? So for example, if I suppose we are working in organization and there is a product released, now we as a man at the management level, we need to look into the data, analyze the trend of the data month on month. And if its sales is going down or maybe sales is going up, then we should understand the logic behind that, why it's going up. Is there some season related thing or maybe some other reason? Or if it's going low, then you can predict that we should do something else, maybe we have to release some other feature so that we can come up to that level and can achieve our targets, right? So visualization is very important to go into insights of data, understand the data very well, understand the pattern, and based on that take the decision, right? And chart or graph or visual representation is always helpful to understand the data. Now why it's important, why visualization is important? If data is huge, complex, and lots of data is there, so visualization is always helpful to take decision, expertise decision based on the data, right? And so that decision is very important for the organization performance perspective. So if you see that expert takes decision on the basis of the data insights, right? So that's the reason data visualization is very, very important. Now, what are the benefits of data visualization tools? In Python, we have different libraries, right? So we have like Matplotlib is one library, then we have Plotly is one library, then Seaborn is library, which is helpful to create the charts, maps, and to have more detailed insights behind the data. Also, we can understand what is the trend going on, what is pattern going on, and how data is correlated to each other. So its benefits are like, first is that we can solve data inefficiencies and absorb huge amount of data present in the visual formats. So if in case of charts, we can understand where data is inefficient, like where data is inaccurate, right? And we can understand the data completely, and huge amount of data can show representation in simple form. Also, it's helpful from the data, through data visualization tools, that we can understand what is the insight, and accordingly we can take the decision fast. And it's all real time, like real time information is there, and based on the real time information, charts are there, so we can easily in very less time we can understand what data is saying, and accordingly we can take actions or functions we can plan to make the data helpful. And if there is any error, any inaccuracy in data, so at the same time we can quickly resolve that, because we can identify this as the error. At the same time, team can resolve that. But otherwise, sometimes if data is huge, we don't have proper visualization things, then in that case it's tough to identify the error, right? And if we have proper visualization, like charts are there, everything is there, so it would be helpful to build the storytelling means, suppose we launch this product in January, this is example, right? In February it's gone very good, right, because of maybe season time or something. In March it dipped down, so it means now it's dipped down in March, then April I think we should launch some other feature or maybe some other edition version we have to initiate. So we can create a complete story, we can build the story and convey the right message to the senior people, and they can then further plan for the for new releases or maybe new features to come up to the level in the market. Then another point is explore business insights and achieve business goals in the right direction. So every organization is having some goals, right? If suppose our revenue is not as per the expectation or some like downwards it's going, so in that case at the same time, if we would be having good representation, we can understand the data, we can understand the reason, and at the same time we can see if it's not achieving the goals, then we should take appropriate action to bring it up to the level. So this way we can plan. Then another point is stay on top of the game by discovering the latest trends, right? So we can discover what are the latest trends going on and how we can achieve those trends, how we can be on the same trends, right? So we can analyze that if trends are going down or up, maybe let's take action, and then so that we can bring it up to the level. So this is to achieve the goals. Next, there is a library called Matplotlib library. So this is amazing visualization library in Python. This library creates 2D plots of arrays. So this is multi-platform data visualization library which is built on NumPy arrays, and this is designed to work with SciPy stack. So this is very helpful library, and its benefit is that it allows us to create visuals accordingly, and we can create visuals on huge amount of data, right? And it's easy to understand, these visuals are easy to understand. So Matplotlib consists of several plots like line, bar, scatter, histogram, different plots it has, right? So let us first understand what all different types of visualizations are there, and so that we can further create those visualizations through the data. So first of all, it's chart. Chart is just like graphical representation of the tabular data, and it has two axes, x-axis and y-axis. It can be in the form of graph, diagram, or map. It can be in any form, right? So these are two, it creates charts in two axes, right? Charts can be line chart, bar chart, any type of charts. Then next visual is table. Table is rows and columns, right? Figure is in the form of rows and columns. So, this is easy to understand in rows or columns. Instead of unstructured data, it's tough to understand. If it is in tabular form, we can easily understand what it want to say. Then the third point is graph. Graph is nothing but it's a diagrammatical form of points, lines, segments, curves, or areas we show in the graph, right? So it represents variables wherein we can compare between the variables with one another, right? Also we show it in a two axis form, right, at a single at a right angle. The next is geospatial. Geospatial is visualization that show data in map form, right, by using different shapes, different colors to show the relationship between pieces of data. And majorly if you see that here are different locations, it depicts different locations, pointing it out, right, with different circle sizes, right? So it shows represent data in the form of shapes and colors. Next is infographic. So this is a combination of visuals and words which represents data. Usually we use charts or diagrams in infographic. Then next is dashboard. Dashboard is a collection of visualization and data which displayed in one place to another place, right, and help to understand or analyze the data, how to present that. In dashboard we can have chart, table, graph, multiple visuals we can have to show the dashboard, to have the to identify the logical reasoning out of the dashboard. So next is area map. So area map is a form of geospatial visualization only. So in area map we can show specific locations like country, state, different locations we are showing here, or any geographical location, and based on that we can show some values here, right? So this is area map. And another is bar chart. Bar chart is very important chart, we use it a lot. So we show values through bars only, and this is helpful to compare between two values, right? So for example, we can clearly see that this is having low value, this is having a high value. So this length of the bar represents the value of variable, and this color shows that this is of one type, this is of another type, this is of another type. So this way this bar chart is helpful and easy representation to look into the data. Then next is box and whisker plots. So these plots or these charts show selection of ranges of in the form of box across the bar, right? Suppose this is the bar, so it can show the selection of ranges within the bar, right? Next is bullet graph. So this is bullet graph. Bullet graph is helpful, it shows bars, and along with that it shows goals as well, right? So how this chart is helpful, we can see like how far or what is the performance going on as compared to the goal. Similarly here we can see that this goal is little bit away, and we reached up to this level only. So how we need to perform to go up to this level, and in this case in blue ones we can see that it already crossed the goal, right? So this way it's helpful to focus on the like goals, right? And based on that we can identify like what is the performance going on. Next is Gantt chart. Gantt chart is basically used for project management. Maybe you have seen multiple times, and when we have tasks, what is the timelines going on, whether we completed the task or not, how far it is to complete. So Gantt chart is always helpful and shows in bars form, and task and timelines. So that is helpful to understand like how it is going. So in x-axis we can have timelines, or y-axis we can have like total efforts. So heat map is it's like geospatial visualization, and we use it very frequently in data science models, or maybe in doing statistics analysis and data science perspective, and it shows specific data values in different colors, right? Then highlight table is in the form of table, rows and columns, and wherein we can we can have color form as well to categorize similar type of data, right? So that is helpful to view the data, to easily understand the data. So next is histogram. Histogram is also a type of bar chart which splits a continuous measure into different bins. It's showing, and this is helpful to analyze the distribution overall. Next is pie chart. Pie chart is a circular chart which is and it's a circular chart with triangular segments. It shows data as a percentage of a whole. Like for example, it's 100% data. This is complete 100%. So we can see that red one is less percentage, and it's complete representation in percentage format. Like for example, entire 100%, how it is distributed in different types, right? So that percentage it's showing. Next is tree map. This is a type of chart that shows different or related values in the form of rectangle which is nested together, right? So in the form of rectangles it shows the data. So we just covered introduction of visualization, why visualization is important and how we use that, and what all different tools we use, and what are different types of charts are there, and some introduction about Matplotlib library. So we have just covered major charts or tools which we generally use to represent the data. So hope this video is helpful for you. In next video we will start working on Matplotlib library, and we will start looking into how to represent the data into the how to represent the data in the form of charts, or how to visualize the data, how to read the data, how to do storytelling for the data. So we will look into all these things in upcoming sessions. So hope this session is helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching this session.